news.
Oh,
stop the music. It's time for news.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's head on into the drone newsroom. There's a lot of it tonight. Here's Jeff Sills. What's happening, buddy?
Well, yeah, there is a lot of news. It's been pretty active. We will start off with something fantastic. And I think, Ken, you get a chance to be a part of this. This is Rotor Riot is going to have the Rotor Riot Rampage.
Oh, yes, Rampage, man. This is a big deal. Yeah. This is happening in Barnwell, South Carolina, May 15th and 16th. And I'm going to be there.
You're going to be there?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Are you going, Jake?
No, I wish.
Look, they've got a whole bunch of different locations to fly in. They got bandos set up. Look at all this stuff. This is going to be...
Look at all those places you can wreck your drone.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. So go to rampage.rotorriot.com to find out more. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so for actual news, we'll start off here with Ehang. They have once again stepped up and, I guess, added a little bit more to the whole idea of flying people in drones. They've recently released information about a tree-inspired drone taxi vertiport. This is photographs of what their idea is.
No, this isn't Ehang. This is a scene from Avatar 2. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Avatar 2, coming to a theater in 4D near you. No? That's not... Okay.
So they modeled it after something called a baobab tree, apparently. These things are going to be 30-meter high structures constructed out of steel and laminated wood. And they will, I guess, have that natural look to them, but you'll be able to fly your Ehang personal drones from these particular locations. And I'm noticing that they have the symbols on the landing pads.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that they're using that as part of the system to help, the drone land in a specific place.
Don't they look like @ symbols, though?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, and technically it's @ right there. All right. So next we have NOAA, NOAA, the National Association of Atmospheric Administration. They are really actively kind of ramping up their use of drones and the remote controlled aircraft. The recent usage that they've done is in Oklahoma and some of the areas where the tornadoes have been hitting. One of the examples that they like to share is an 80-mile tornado track that was in this very remote area. And it had very limited road access and stuff, but they still needed to document the impact. And so they were able to use drones to be able to fly out in that area and document the damage that was caused by the tornado. And of course, then use that information to determine, how strong the tornado was, data that they may be able to use to help people predict or avoid tornadoes in the future. Because obviously tornadoes come down and they don't necessarily always take the same path. So really, really good stuff. I'm really anxious to see how they apply this going forward. Of course, I don't like seeing the storms that they have to chase, but the forecasting bonus benefit from this and the data that they can receive, I think is definitely worth all of the effort.
Absolutely. That's really cool.
All right, so our all-time favorite robot people, Boston Dynamics, has partnered with a integrated security system, and they have created Asylon. And this is their promo for Asylon.
Wait, what was that?
What do we need to bleep you?
No, just go.
Because you said Asylon.
Asylon.
You said it again. Hold on, I need to bleep you. Asylon. Or hold on.
Asylon.
Oh,
Asylon.
my bad. My ears. I'm getting older. I can't really. Okay.
I heard the same thing.
Using advanced robotics and artificial intelligence, Asylon developed the Drone Core platform, a fully autonomous aerial surveillance system that allows for 3 main use cases: pre-programmed autonomous missions like perimeter and inspection patrols, autonomous alarm response to third-party sensors, and manual remote command and control missions. Drone Corps' ability to leverage existing security sensors to act as an automated first responder, verifying alarms before dispatching costly assets, is just one example of a fundamental change in today's security environment.
Yeah, you got to take care of those costly assets. When I was DJing at the strip bar, we had some costly assets in there. Man. They wouldn't even accept singles. They wouldn't accept ones.
After the first use of Asalon, it felt like there was a lot of other words that sounded eerily similar to that throughout that video there.
It did, and it was really triggering Jake's sensibilities. And you should be more careful in the future, Jeff. Please. We have children watching. Okay, back to you in the newsroom.
I worked very hard at this for you guys to just do that to me. That's fine. Okay. So recently, the U.S. Navy has upped the game in using drones themselves. They have destroyed a surface vessel using a swarm of drones for the first time. On April 26th, as part of an unmanned system integrated battle problem test, they used a swarm of attack drones, and in combination with other unmanned aircraft and boats in the area, engaged using SM-6 anti-ship missiles, I guess a target ship, and were able to completely obliterate it. This is probably the first practical time that they have shown off the Navy's Super Swarm project. And of course, the Navy is always looking for ways to be able to hit targets either, farther than their normal range, etc. And they've gone on to even, to using like rail guns, etc. But this right here, I think, is really cool because the swarm idea, being able to come in and hit a target from multiple different directions, to do that to a ship, is pretty impressive. Pretty awesome.
Would you say that these clustered military cluster drones? Would you say that that possibly they might just be a force multiplier?
Yeah. All right. So this next story, I think, is probably something that is more along what I find interesting about using drones. Recently, a short clip from a citizen archaeologist named Anthony Murphy. He was flying his drone high above the River Boyne in Ireland, and he came across a ship in the water. And what he turned out is that this is a log boat. This is a ship that is hundreds of years old. And every so often, rarely, these things will pop up. And in this particular case, because of his drone footage, he actually found this ancient ship.
Wow, that almost looks like nothing, Like you'd have if I was flying over, I wouldn't have noticed that. I would have thought it was just a log or somebody's old slipper or something in there. It's hard to tell scale, but that is cool. What are they going to do? Are they going to preserve it?
I'm hoping that they go out there and try to preserve it. I mean, it would be a very great thing to be able to do, especially since these things are sort of rare to find. That's a bit of Irish history that deserves to be saved and remembered.
Is that a sail that's crumpled up?
Yes.
No.
It looks like.
That's amazing.
Yeah, some of these log boats can be carbon dated to 5,000 years old.
Oh, man.
So that one is going to be interesting, is to see what they carbon dated, how old that ship actually is. So that's the kind of stuff I love, a history geek. All right, so next in the news, we have a Girl Scout troop that teamed up with Google Wing to deliver cookies.
Okay.
Biggest challenge for selling cookies this year is the booths. You can, a lot of places don't want you to open up a booth because they have all the restrictions. So we had to come up with different ideas and how to sell the cookies. this is an amazing idea, you know, to have the cookies delivered right to your door.
It's right there. That's so cool. There it is. Yeah, that's so cool.
Interesting.
We are the first council to deliver cookies by drone, and that is pretty awesome that we get to be the first council to do that.
So, is there cookies and tube socks in there?
Oh, I think I see a Toffee Tastic, my favorite.
Thin Mints, hell yeah.
Drones are gonna help change our world, and Girl Scouts want to help that, so drones are gonna be a very awesome way to do that.
That is cool, and I like the way
those girls each got their cookie delivery by drone patch, right?
Yeah,
that's a special patch.
I gotta say though, and this is something that old guys say. You know, it used to be that Girl Scouts had to sell their cookies door to door. It took a little bit of a little bit of legwork to do it, but now, you know, Girl Scout moms put it on the app, they put it online, then girls just kind of sit back and wait for it to happen. Really, the whole, there's no more middle woman anymore. It's all just, there's no really Girl Scouts really involved directly anymore. I can't tell you the last time I actually bought cookies from a real Girl Scout. You can get them online. They taste better if you get them from a kid. You hand the kid the money, they get that feeling of accomplishment, and they smile, and it's, you know, that extra little bit of effort. I don't know, maybe I'm being too old-fashioned.
Walking through the neighborhood with the wagon, you know, and there'd be like 3 or 4 of them, and they would be just spreading out, hitting the doors as they go down the street.
Right.
Always great stuff, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
and, you know, not to cast dispersions, but I don't know, does that look a little bit dangerous to you? No, I'm just thinking.
Nah, this is fine.
This is Google making sure that their Google wing gets pushed out even farther.
Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
So pushing the limits is the next video that we have. This is courtesy of the Mall of America, where some people decided it'd be a great idea to fly an FPV drone.
I've never been to this mall. Have you? Have you been there?
I have been.
It's more like a museum. Looks pretty amazing.
But I'll say this, I'm intensely jealous of the fact that this guy got to fly through it.
Yeah, me too. And they had to get everybody ready. You know, these things, you just don't go and do this. You have to make announcements in the whole mall to let everybody know you're doing this so that everybody can participate. Yeah. But look at that. This is a freaking mall. I've never seen the inside of this place.
A whole roller coaster in there.
Yeah.
As silly as it is, I don't think I would be the one to fly the drone through the place, but I really want to be one of the guys rollerblading through the mall. That just looks like so much fun.
That would be pretty cool too.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's just me. You know, that's just me.
Gosh, it's rare to see a drone flying over people on rides just for liability's sake. But I tell you this, since it's under a covered structure, the FAA has nothing to say about it. Nothing.
That's right.
You know? So you don't need the FAA's permission, you just need is that a giant freaking skateboard? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Where is the Mall of America? Let me know in the chat. I got to go to this place.
Yeah, I think I got to go here too.
This
looks pretty awesome.
Wow. Holy Creminelli. So they have a food court, and do they have actual stores in this place? Okay, they do.
Yeah. No, they don't do stores.
Yeah, stores. Who cares? I wonder all
the stores would be like the main like hub, you know, for like the stores, sort of like, you know, those outlet malls, you know, where they have specialized stores for stuff. So
I wonder what the rent on these stores is in this place.
Oh gosh.
Oh, yeah, probably a lot.
Okay.
But this is a premier place. I mean, check out Lego's, you know, location.
Wow. That was great. That was awesome. Very, very, very cool. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Did you get that little twinge of jealousy, Jake?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And you're thinking the whole
Yeah.
time, like, I could have done it this way. I would have gone through that gap.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Well, my thought is like they probably did several practice flights, test flights. So because obviously they timed a lot of that, the skaters and maybe some of the rides and stuff.
Right.
So the fact he probably got to fly through there like 4 or 5 times, it just.
Okay. Somebody said it's in Bloomington, Minnesota. Is that right?
Probably. I'd have to look it up. I'm not sure. I would love to go there though. That place looks like it's just way too much.
I choose to believe you. All right. Minnesota.
All right. So next in the news, the agriculture community in Central California has suffered a crime wave that police are attributing to thieves using drones. And criminal activity overall seems to be sort of increasing with the use of drones. Mariposa County is one of the places that seem to be most affected by it, with this interesting story about crime and drones.
Drones are the future, and the future is now, apparently. I think we're just lucky that the criminals can't get their hands on the ones with the missiles just yet. But in this particular case, we had FBI suspects who are part of an organized criminal gang that had drones ready and in preparation for an FBI hostage rescue attempt that was taking place at their location. And so not only did they use these drones to swarm these agents and disrupt their operation, but by flying essentially these low, high-speed passes to try and harm them, but they also live streamed the video from the drones to YouTube so other members of their organization could see where these FBI agents were located. So imagine having this swarm of bees attacking you, except for these bees are the size of basketballs, and if they hit you in the head, they're definitely going to leave a scar. And so this is just one more incident in a long line of cases here where law enforcement is starting to see this technology being used in a different way, and it's becoming a serious problem for them.
What do you think? How do you counter that? I mean, is there some sort of do we have to develop jamming mechanisms, counter drones? I mean, how do you? Because it seems frightening the way you laid that out.
Don't you love hearing news people that don't know anything about drones talk about drones?
They need to watch our show. We've talked about how many different counter drone systems.
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord.
Can we do something about it? This is bad. And then they'll show a drone rescuing something. Can we get more drones out there? This is awesome. Like, just
exactly.
Make up your mind.
But, I mean, the thing is that this one was kind of surprising to me. I had not seen this particular type of use of drones. One of the other ones that is becoming a little bit more prevalent is that criminals are using drones to scope out targets that they want to steal stuff from. So they'll fly over certain properties or certain areas where there's things that are large value items like tractors or things like that, and they'll scope out.
Yeah.
Where things are and use the drones to prep.
Anytime new technology comes out. There was a story years ago, and I loved this story. There was a story years ago when night vision first came out. Yeah. And it was only the military that was using it. Do you remember this? Yes. There was a dude running drugs on the interstate at night using night vision, driving his Ferrari or Lamborghini that was painted flat black with no headlights, and just... I love that story. Stuck with me forever.
200 miles an hour.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did he get caught? I think he got caught eventually or crashed or something. But he ran a lot of drugs before that with that new technology. So that's just what happens with new technology. All the good you can do with it, and then there's going to be criminals going, hey, you know what? I got an idea for that. So that's always going to happen.
Hey, Charlie, come here and check this out.
Yeah, idea. Ding. Okay, all right.
All right, so DJI, the largest Chinese tech giant in the drone industry, has decided that they want to get into the car game. They're going to start unveiling smart car technology at the Auto Shanghai 2021.
Didn't they already do that? It's a little robot about this big. It's got these weird little wheels on it, and it's got an arm. And they already put out a car. Is this one you can ride in?
No, I think this is like assistance software, to work with the cars. I think what they're doing is taking a lot of the automated features that they have in their drones and putting those into the intelligent drive systems in a lot of the Chinese cars, because the Chinese cars over there, they have a large contingent of manufacturers that are making clone Teslas, etc. And they need to have cars that can auto drive, because if you've ever watched a video of a Chinese intersection, they need auto driving badly. But being able to put these intelligent systems that we use in our drones into an automobile is definitely a step up for DJI.
I have to say, I know we have an international audience, and I urge people in the chat to please answer this question. In your particular country, let me know what country you're in, and let me know, is it a car-centric country? You know, like the United States, we're all about cars. You know, we're all about cool cars, places to go in cars. But to some countries, it's just another mode of transportation. For instance, you know, you're not going to find these big Land Cruiser cars in the UK because they have these small streets that they have to get around on because their communities are millennia old and they don't widen the streets all that much. So you see these little smart cars and things. So having said that, you know, let me know, in your country, would your country as a whole, as drivers, be accepting of relinquishing the control to a smart car and getting in like a smart taxi? Would you? I think Americans are just too controlling to relinquish that. At least this generation. At least this generation is.
Yeah, there's a positive and a negative to it. I mean, I think that it comes down to, you know, parts of the community would benefit from having vehicles that could automatically drive themselves around. People that are handicapped, people that are infirm, people that are elderly, people that need that assistance because of things that are going on in their life. They just need that extra kind of benefit be able to get them from place to place.
Oh, I've just been handed this from my producer that doesn't exist. We have breaking news. This just in. A $100 super chat from Anubis Arts. TJ Grady for the best drone news around. Wow! Thank you for that breaking news. My goodness, that's awesome. And we'll talk about all the other super chats that came in. And of course, Jeff, you'll get a percentage of that. So as soon as I can figure out how to divide $100 by 0.00001%. Now back to you.
Oh, back to work, huh?
Yeah.
So for those of you in the world of Netflix, you probably understand and know very clearly the line, darn Carol Baskin. Well, this next story is all about Carol Baskin.
All right.
What can I dispatch? Hi, it's Lauren Lowe. Well, we found out who flying the drone over at Tiger Theme Park, and one of the guys just attacked my husband.
Carol and Howard Baskin were in Thackerville Tuesday afternoon visiting David and Barbara Murdoch, neighbors of Jeff and Lauren Lowe, who have moved the Tiger Kings Park to Love County. The Baskins' drone operator was flying their drone over Lowe's property to check in on how the animals are being treated.
I don't know why it's a big deal. We're just trying to monitor the conditions at the zoo.
Baskin says they were visiting friends and walking along their property when they saw Jeff and Lauren Lowe at the fence line separating the two properties.
Jeff and Lauren were down there by their fence, and of course, his usual nonsensical, childish behavior, started yelling and screaming, hey,
Once the Lowes noticed a drone flying over their property, they got in their white Range Rover and drove down Jimbo Road, where they encountered the Murdoch son, David Murdoch Jr.
Yeah, it's Dave Murdoch's son. They're getting attacked him on the road. And we found out that it is Carol Baskin and Howard Baskin that are flying the drone.
Jeff Lowe can be heard on the 911 call getting in an argument with Murdoch as his wife Lauren urges him to stop.
Stop. Jeff, stop. Stop. You gotta stop too.
But the two didn't stop. Thackerville's police chief says the two blame each other for starting the fight, and both men had injuries.
I gotta handle everybody. Okay, do you want an officer to come out there and make a report on this?
You know what? Sure, let's do that.
Okay.
Love County's district attorney's office got the report Thursday morning, but no charges have yet been pressed on either Murdoch Jr. or Lowe.
This tells you who he is. He's a jackass.
Wow. I don't know how I feel about that. All I can say is legally, the zoo can't do anything about you flying over their property. Really, if it's good airspace, then tough noogies.
Yeah, this all boils down to just the continuing harassment that they have between those two groups. But the simple fact that this particular story included the use of a drone, I thought was something I could not pass up.
Are they going?
Carol Baskin.
Are they going for another season of that? Is that what they're trying to do?
Yeah, I would love for them to do another season. The first season was just an absolute train wreck, and I can't wait to see more.
Is that dude still in jail? Is that?
Yes. Okay. He's going to be in jail for a long time.
Okay. All right. I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. Yeah.
All right. So probably it's not a great idea to fly your drone at a football/soccer game. And it's probably not a really good idea to fly your drone with a banner attached to it, mocking the team that's playing.
Yeah.
But it's even worse to fly that drone low enough where they can do this.
Yeah. And by the way, that's soccer. You're not allowed to use your hands. Right? That's a foul right there. Oh, well, see, now he used his foot there.
That's a double foul right there. Maybe a triple.
Unsportsmanlike drone ship.
Yeah, get him out of the game.
Wow, that what an idiot for flying in there, right? They got, what country did that happen in?
This is
whatever
that's a
country.
Good question. I know that it's Newell's Old Boys.
Whatever country it is, I'm sure they have rules just like we do for flying over sporting events and things.
Yeah,
I'm sure they do.
And I knew it wasn't the United States because, well, it's soccer. I'm sorry, football.
Football.
Sorry.
Football.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to call it football. You use your feet, right? So it's
perfect sense.
Ball, right? It's the easiest, most simple name for a sport ever. In that regard, football in this country should be called hand oblong ball. But I digress. Back to you in the newsroom.
All right. So this week we had a rather extreme demonstration of Mother Nature throughout the Midwest. And one particular reporter, the Toronto Star, had the opportunity to bring us some amazing footage of a tornado intercept in which the drone was eaten by the tornado.
It was eaten?
Yes.
Oh.
They lost the drone to the tornado.
When did that happen? Oh, good Lord. How are you staying in there? What drone is this?
This was. I'm trying to see if
where's
I
it
have
get
the
eaten? I want to see where it gets eaten. Where's it get eaten? That's pretty close. How are you even?
It's really close.
What? I want to know.
I want TV channel 7 out of Little Rock, Arkansas.
Whatever drone that is, I want to buy.
How is it pulling away?
Well, it didn't pull away for very long. It eventually did get sucked into the tornado and was destroyed.
Do we have that footage? This has got to be a. I tell you what, it's not. It's not a Mini. It's not a Tello.
Ken, that's Captain Morgan beat me to it. I was going to say that's one of those egg drones.
Yes,
the one that you smash.
Oh wait, here we go. Wait, is this it? Is this the end of it? Ah, man, that's disappointing.
It was right then that the drone pilot realized he might have made a mistake and gotten too close.
Yeah, man, and he's on the ground in the car, standing outside, doing this as it's getting closer to not only the drone but him. That's dangerous. Don't try that at home.
But I am looking through the information that was shared on this, and I do not find anything mentioning as to what type of drone it was.
And I tell you this: don't try this at home. But if you do, send us the footage. You can send it.
Yes.
KenAaronUpload@gmail.com because I want to see it. You crazy whack-a-mole.
Footage, all the way to the end. Don't cheat us out of watching the drone crash at the end.
Well, if it is in 4K and it was buffering, you never get the crash, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
True.
All right.
How do you explain that to DJI Care Refresh? So, I was flying my drone and, it crashed.
A tornado jumped out of nowhere.
Right. And then you send it back to him and it's got
out of nowhere.
And it's got like shards of glass and bark embedded in it.
It has a piece of grass right through the center of the drone.
Yeah.
Hey, but when they check that GPS localizer data, it's going to show that you were out in the middle of a field, nowhere near anything that could potentially impact that drone. Should be able to cover it. Yes.
All right.
All right. So a I guess a group of people on a Victorian beach got a special thing where they ran across a Saildrone. This is one of these drones that they use to go around the world. And they primarily hang around like Antarctica and stuff like that. They do science tests and they study the I guess the ebb and flow of all the different waterways. And this particular drone washed up on a shore and was retrieved by the U.S. owners at some expense, I'm sure. But yeah, that was probably something that they really enjoyed finding, was this huge giant robotic research vessel. And this thing had been out in the Southern Ocean for a considerably long period of time before it ran up on the shore. It had been out there for like 12 months.
Uh-huh. Thanks for that story.
He's goofing up my news again, isn't he?
Oh.
Yes.
He's goofing up my news again.
I would never do that.
I'm sitting here trying to do serious news.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, there are weeks where I'm amazed that you keep coming back.
It's the money. Anyway.
It's the money. That 0.00001%.
That's it, man.
Hey, you can get yourself some cube gum with that kind of money.
It's all about the Benjamins. All right.
All right. So last in the news, and this one was the one that I thought was, I guess, fairly unique. This one's out of Diamond Fork Canyon. And this particular place in Utah, a woman was found alive by a drone in a rather strange way.
Since late November of last year, Utah County Sheriff's Office and search and rescue volunteers have been looking for a woman who seemingly disappeared and left her belongings behind.
All we had was her car down here in this parking lot, some of her personal items in that car, and then a campsite up here, all of which appeared to have been unused for an extended period of time, and no evidence that she was still here.
A sheriff's sergeant and drone pilot came out to search again.
They set the drone up, and apparently on one of its first passes, the drone crashed. So they went up looking for the drone that had crashed, and in doing that, they came across another small campsite where there was a tent, and as they're looking at this, the zipper of the tent unzipped, and this woman, who we had identified the previous year in November and December last year, sticks her head out.
More than 5 months and an entire winter had gone by. They came across the woman in a tent, alive.
And I have to be honest, we fully expected that we wouldn't find anybody related to that alive up here, given how long it had been. In situations like that, we often find somebody after they passed away.
Many will wonder, how was this woman able to stay alive throughout the winter months? She had a stream nearby for drinking water.
She did have a small amount of food that she had stretched out over time. She also lived off the land, so to speak.
The sheriff's office thinks there are some mental health challenges involved in this case.
Oh, well, that's sad. And that's good that they found her. But wow. Yeah.
But they found her by crashing their drone.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's just, unique. And I do want to give a special shout out to your mom for sticking up for me in the chat.
Oh, is my mom in there? Oh, yeah, Renee Savacool. That's my mom. Thank you very much, Jeff.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.